It's that time of the day again, beloved. I am Nkaji and you're with me on SportsBit. Thanks for joining me and looking at our previous episode. Thanks for watching. Anybody who is watching, Charlie, we value you so much. We are just asking you that tell a friend to tell a friend. Try and make sure that we are sharing the link to all the WhatsApp groups that you can. Let them subscribe. We need your subscription. Click on the notification button, which is the ding dong that we need. You know what that means, so that anytime we upload, these days it's not just anytime. Every day we have new content for you on sports and everything. Sports, in fact, not just sports alone, entertainment and everything. This channel, very soon you are going to see the goodness of whatever you are looking for when it comes to the world of content creation. Now let's move into today's content. We are on graphic sports for today. We are just picking one story, graphic sports online, please. So with this story, it's quite interesting because it is one that is going to shape our Olympic committee setup or everything that pertaining to athleticism or anything pertaining to another aspect of our sports, which is not just football. Mainly, most of the time when we hear sports journalists in this country, all we hear them talk about is football, football, football. No, that's not just it. So in our today's story, we are picking this interesting story. That's the Ghana Olympic Committee elections, the upcoming Ghana Olympic committee elections. You are wondering who is in the news today. We are talking about Yeboah, Mr. Yeboah. So the headline says that Yeboah vows to modernize GOC finances, empower athletes. So in Yeboah's thoughts, he has that intentions, or he wishes that once he's voted into power or into office, he's going to make sure that the finances of every athlete will be sorted out. In fact, in the right way. We were just here and then one of our renowned athletes was complaining about his scholarship expiring and then him wanting more in order to stay in school and still train. So it is quite interesting. Now let's read the intro for the story before we dig deep into it and where it is coming from. Now Mr. Evans Yeboah says this. The introduction says President of the Ghana Badminton Association, President of the Ghana Badminton Association, Evans Yeboah, has set his sights on overhauling the financial structure of the Ghana Olympic Committee, pledging sweeping reforms if elected as treasurer when the National Olympic Body holds its elections later this month. Now, for me, I'm asking myself, what has been the financial status of this Olympic committee, the Ghana Olympic Committee? Has it been in the right shape? Why is Mr. Evans Yeboah saying that he wants to do something about it? Yes, of course, we need reforms in every aspect of our lives on a daily basis. I understand. But what has he seen, right? What can he do? Does he even have the requisite knowledge to do that? Now, let's read into Mr. Yeboah's story, the main story. The story says that Mr. Yeboah is a seasoned chartered management accountant. He has it. He has a qualification. Let me read that part again. He says, a seasoned chartered management accountant. Chartered management accountant. If you don't vote give this man, then who else you won't vote give? Bro, if you don't vote for him, if you don't vote for Evans Yeboah, if you are not voting for Evans Yeboah, who do you want to vote for? Tell me. Who? Ah, see, a seasoned chartered management accountant with more than 20 years of experience, 2 decades too, bro. Do you know what it means to be alive for 2 decades and doing something over and over again? GOC, this is your treasure there, Charlie. He passed. He passed. He has passed. In fact, before the elections, he has won already. Let's read into it. Experience. We are saying that he is currently the second vice president of the GOC under the administration of outgoing president Benunu Mensah. Oh, bro. Chemo Benunu Mensah. Let's see. And believes his financial acumen is exactly what the committee needs to usher in a new era of transparency efficiency, and athlete focused development. And you know that sports can never have any space if there is no financial support, if there is no finance, if there is no proper structure holding these athletes from their upbringing in terms of their development for them to reach their peak where the country can benefit through sport through at least qualifying into the major Olympic competitions and winning medals for the country. You need a lot of financial investment. So this part is very important. You can't just go and take any quote unquote any kotomakpabia to go that place. You did. So I'm quoting Benunu Mensah, Evans Yeboah, sorry. Experience experience really counts, and I bring proven financial leadership. Charlie, Mr. Yeboah told graphics boss. Now let's see. As a management accountant who understands and speaks the language of Charlie. Oh no, on catch you on cap of he speaks the finance language. I will institute prudent financial controls and champion transparency. I say on the accountability, transparency is his hallmark. It will be high on the table. He will make sure that everything, every peso spent, every peso invested will be accounted for. That's good. Now let's read. The election scheduled for April 26th at the Accra International Conference Center will mark the end of Benunu Mensah or Mr. Nunu Mensah's tenure after 2 terms at the helm of Ghana's Olympic movement. So let's read. So far, the former Vice President Richard Akpokavi is the only confirmed candidate for the presidency, following the official opening of. Look, there is this thing I want us to discuss. Somebody should go and contest him. It is not just about contesting. Look, it helps us, it shapes us. There is no reason why God created certain animals. In fact, what's the essence of snake? It is to keep us in check. So if you don't read around, snakes will come and chase you. If you eat and you don't sweep your room, ants will bite you. Oppositions are very, very important. That is how come a lot of people had a lot of problems with our GFA president when he says, I can't work with my enemy. What do you mean? It doesn't work that way. Ghana sports rising up again. So let's move. Let's talk about him again. So they're saying that the Ghana badminton chief will go head to head with Isaac Dia Abuaje, president of the Ghana Tennis Federation, whose credentials include over 2 decades as a treasurer of the Army Men's Tennis Club, a tenure he claims was marked by financial integrity and sound stewardship. Mr. Abuaje, who also served as a chef de maison for the team Ghana at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, has proudly declared that his leadership was free of any financial scandal, a claim he believes strengthens the case to oversee the Ghana Olympic Committee's purse. The ball is in your court. So anybody who is eligible to vote wisely. Do you want a person who comes to the table with 2 decades of financial money, a chartered financial manager, or you want somebody who has just had a tennis a tennis federation purse? The ball is in your court. Thanks for joining me. My name is Minka Jacob, and I am out.